want to do like this as a warm up? Yes?
This is for you.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I didn't want to put
It's my favorite, except I always thought it should go this way.
it. Okay, you can put it that way.
No, someone else said that way, but I think this way is where it's at.
Okay.
All
Where to
right.
put it?
I don't know. I try to do the real-time watercolor painting, so I need a minute. Okay. So we're gonna do the warm up with this thing, which is going okay, not great. I'm just gonna try to get a nice kind of brown to like right here, brown gray sounds good. There's a blue, let's put that in there. That's looking good for brown gray, and let's see if we can't come here and just say hi. We're gonna be the brown gray and there. And I guess we're gonna match it right here. And right here, and you see that super fine white line, that's great for depicting the edge right there. I'm gonna go heavier into the blue. Here's blue here, faint, and come down here with just blue. And let's go here also, why not? I guess we can go right there also, why not? Okay, I'm gonna go stronger. Stronger color. I wish I had more of this paint last. That's a Primatech blue Payne's gray type color, which is almost gone. I really gotta find that tube and re-up this one. Okay, let's see if we can come here. Okay. I'll leave that little white dot there. Looks good. And let's see, maybe right here have a little up here. I don't like that, but we need to have something happening on that area. And then go try to lift off some of this. Sort of there. Now we have a very slight nuance there, and just right here we got the fingers there. It's time to start defining the fingers. And I never noticed this, space in between the fingers there. Well, 16 people here. We gotta do the flower sign today, but I'm trying to get warmed up with the this thing here, which does not really matter that much. So, good time for a warm up. I'm gonna try to get some kind of color for the potato because I see a line here which I sort of overlooked when we were doing the potato earlier. That's looking okay, but we don't want to use any paint straight from the tube, so let's think of here. This is called rust, which is a uh, it's kind of like a green yellow, which really has a lot of pop. I like that because it can hopefully give some pop to the so anyway, I'm gonna just try to go right here, and then we're gonna try to mirror that. We're doing negative space that's right here. So we have that, and so this is going to be like that finger right there. It'll probably come down to there. And then this, we want it to, well, let's go up here. That's the fingertip. And now we're going to try to come out here. I wish I would have left that little white that was there, but I did not. That's looking good. We want a big, space. This is the other finger, and now we're trying to create negative space, which this looks good here, and I really There was a white dot there, which I really liked. I'm trying to get that back. Good enough, I guess. And now I'm going to get into like more of an orange, same color, but I'm adding some red so we can lean into kind of an orange color. And this, no, I want to water that down. Now it's watered down. I want this to just come out here. And that looks good. And then we got to remember that this is the same potato. So if we continue these colors going through, then we could, I just put my hand on there. That was great. That looks great right there. And when that dries a little bit, I want to smear this, but I don't want to do it yet because if we do it right now, it's going to just wash away, what's there. While I wait, I'm going to just grab this thing, which is kind of like a violet, add it in here. That looks like a good juicy red. It seems a bit exaggerated, but we do want to get some kind of color like that. Oh crap, I just made a smear. Oh well, that's the joy of painting a study where you don't really have the expectation it's going to come out like anything great. So now I'm rinsing the brush. I'm going to try to sort of smooth this a little bit. And here I'm just going to see if we can just get a highlight kind of thing, which is not really working. I guess it's working slightly. And I guess if we could come over here also. Oops. Okay. I should probably get a fresh towel here, but whatever. Anyway, that looks good. And then I'll grab this same purple-ish, whatever that color is, and come over here to, have the same color go there because it's the same potato. So anyway, that looks good. Wow, looks nice there. This looks like heck. I'm gonna try to add a little bit of yellow to this little mess we got going right there. And let's just see if we can just come here with a little yellow. Okay, wow. Now we're talking, right? And this, I don't know if this was our orange, but looks like a pretty appropriate color for right here. And you can take that orange, mix it with the last color we are using. And let's see if we can come down here. I'll try to go make a couple more of these things. Let's come up here. That looks horrible, but wait. And that's down here. Why not? And maybe over here. There's like a line there. Let's see if we can get that line. And right here, be good to highlight. Let's try to get a highlight there. Got it. Okay. Up here, a little highlight. This I'm just using this color to sometimes you would use water to get a highlight. I'm using the color just so when I lift up the highlight we have a light stain. This is looking pretty horrible, but wait, because let's see, get a nice line here. This is negative space, which is behind the hand there. And this, I don't like this right here at all. Let's see if we can, what that needs is kind of like a burnt umber kind of thing on top, which I don't really have any burnt umber. I have this, which is similar to burnt umber. So I'm going to mix that with the color we were working on. Or just keep going, changing the exact color we were working on. Okay, here we go. All right, that looks good. Wow, nice. We can come up here. Yes, we got bold. We managed a bold area here. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. I don't know if it's great, but it looks decent. I know I got a splotch over here. But really what we're doing is the gosh darn flowers and this thing. I regret having that big splash of paint and now it seems to be there forever. All right, so anyway, I'm just gonna grab red, orange, um, that same color we are using, but we need a bold orange now to see if we can, this one here, that's Hansa yellow. I don't know if that's exactly what we were hoping for. I'm gonna try to blend this. Oh yeah, look at that. We're sort of we're definitely going potato zone with that color, right? Sweet potato zone. Yeah, and here, and you know it's looks kind of dumb, but let's see what happens. And sort of shade some of this in here, and we definitely want to get like a highlight right here. I'm just gonna rub that. That's a good looking highlight right there. Okay, getting there. And this, just try to soften this line right there by rubbing it. And this we want to highlight right there. So I'll just do that with the brush. Remove that paint that's in there a little bit. Good. And we could definitely reinforce that shadow right now. So I'm way low on my favorite shadow color called neutral tint. So we're gonna make our own Payne's gray. So this is leaning super green. We don't want it to lean green. It's violet. And I don't know what this is. It's like a deep green, but a weird color to put since we're trying to avoid that green look. And we take this, which is like a Primatech violet. That looks good. I want it to be like even darker than that. And here's this intense green. It's starting to look good. All right, let's see if that's kind of on the warm side, but whatever. Here we're gonna try to re reassert the shadow here. And I guess we should just put a hint right there. Now we're going to try to. That looks good. Well, okay. Now, and this really should be a lot more blue in this color, but we don't have a lot of blue. And here I'm just gonna start. These roots here. We're gonna paint them eventually, and so for the moment, let's just say, hey, we're gonna be the shadows of the roots. But that looks really dumb, but hopefully it'll look okay later. I'm gonna try to just lean into blue, same color, but lean into some blue, right? Okay, that's kind of nice. All right. And okay, this one I want to smear it. And yeah, I don't like the angle of that, but hopefully it will start making sense when we paint the roots. I'm just gonna remove that little place where it connects. What is that? I don't know. And then this is blending in an undesirable way. I'm gonna try to pick up that blend. Okay, this down here, I don't think that's so bad. Let's take a damp brush, try to move this around a little. I mean, this highlight, we're gonna put another shadow on top of that later, and so that could be a highlight in shadow. This is a weird shadow that has highlights in there that are very intense. That looks pretty good. I know it'd be good if this could be a softer line. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know if it's going to be a softer line or a big mucked up looking area. Here, I'm going to just try to come here. Well, that's a weird color for that area. I can jump back into my intense shadow color here. So this, that is a really, I mean, this is where we want that color to be, but that is not a very good looking color for this. But as far as depicting this area here, I think we got a pretty fabulous depiction of that area. I will come back there later with a blue after that dries. Uh, looking okay. And right down here, which we should get a big flourish of shadow here, which this is probably not the best color for that, but I like it because it's done. All right, that looks pretty nice. And then I guess looks pretty good right there. I'm trying to come up here just a little bit more. And then here, and this somehow come out this way. And this, we want a softer edge. And I guess this is like a, drop of paint from another time that we don't want it in there. This, we want that to disappear into nothing. This one should try to just, okay, looks good there. And here I'm just going to paint water to try to have a continuation of our shadow, which so far does not look great, but it's okay. And too bad about this right here. But, if I ever get real serious, I'm gonna watch out for paint drops on there. All right, well that's coming nice, and I wish that I did not mess this up, but I did mess it up by putting my hand on there. And I'm gonna just try to soften this edge. Gonna soften this a little. It looks a lot softer. And this is kind of like a muck up where I smeared it with my hand. All right, now it's time for the star of the show, which I have decided this was Arch's hot press, and I did start some flowers right there. So we're gonna try to hit that, and I am going to throw some water in here, and let's see if we can get I don't know, a little, and try some violet in there. This is gonna be for palette knife. Why not put some red in there? Let's see what happens. That looks good in a murky way, and I don't know if this is going to be a help. It looks like a weird looking color. Just randomly mix some colors here until we find some that are pleasing. That looks all right, but maybe try some brown in there. All right, that looks great. In a way, I mean, we want to get some organic looking colors there. So, where's the palette knife? Oh, stop looking. I found it. Here we go. Hi, Andy. I'm sorry I'm not up on the comments. Appreciate the comments. Wow, two thumbs up. That's great. Now we're gonna jump in here with a palette knife, and I'm still a beginner with this stuff. Oh, wow, that's cool. All right. And let's try this one now. Looks good. Looks good. To go back to this. All right. And then like on top of that, we're gonna try to we're gonna put the number here, I guess, and I don't know that. I don't like that. So Uh, okay, that's a little better. See, I try this thing hopefully is going to balance this out, which this is kind of a, an intense thing there. Okay, now we're going to say we're a graphic shaped leaf, okay? All right, cool. Now, the next step is to, I wish that I had another big brush. Um, I did have a, what do you call it? This is a 14. I did have a 12. And maybe that's the 12. Oh no, this is probably a 12. Okay, so now we're gonna try, oh, what color flowers? I guess let's try violet. All right, so we're gonna just try to put a flower here. Oh yeah, the way you're supposed to put a flower is like that. So this is we're back to the Vanessa Redgrave painting technique. So there's the first flower. Now I want to change the color a little bit. Let's grab some yellow in there and uh okay, good enough. Looks great, right? Uh all right, I should have done a slightly different color for that one. Try this. I don't know if that looks so good. Doesn't really. That one looks great. This looks great. I'm gonna try and go strong into yellow here. Looks good, and maybe we need like another red thing somewhere, maybe like right here. I'm trying to get it. I got this very opaque red here, which I'm gonna try and mix that in, and then let's see about like right here. All right, looks all right. Try to get a little bit more color in here, and now. Uh, Trying to just get a lot of very watery kind of stuff happening. This is a bit intense, I think, for way up there. And I don't really like that much, but why don't we try one right there? I'm going to lean back into red. I guess I should get my, what do you call it? My modified brush, which is this. All right. And let's start going with the modified brush a little bit here. I wasn't that happy with my modified brush, I gotta say. That's okay. I don't know if things are really going that good here in this, all right. All right, well now let's take a break and try to do some leaves as we bumble through the Vanessa Redgrave style uh what do you call it? There's a leaf. Another leaf. That's kind of close to the edge, if you ask me. The standard leaf thing. I never actually practiced this, but I've seen plenty of videos. Uh, start with a tip, push down, then lift up slowly, and that's your leaf. Oh, that's starting to look good. Got a weird, almost professional look. This one, I'm try to fix it up somehow. And, that's pretty complex compared to everything else, but at least everything is kind of leading towards this area here. I would like to get like a dark now, and just looking for the dark. Let's see if we can just come here. I wish that there was more water still on this leaf. And so I'm gonna try to add water because it's just a bit too. I don't know if that's really matching everything else. Try and get a more consistent look with these leaves. This is pretty, pastel, but uh, that looks horrible. Let's see if we can get a, kind of intense. Is it dry? Oh, it's not even dry. I'm gonna try to put some dots. Is that dry? Not really. If and when that stuff dries, I'm gonna try to do some dots in there. All right, so I'm gonna save this brush, which we just loaded up with paint. And here we have, what was in here? Let me see. I hope that's cheap paper right there. I don't remember what that paper is. I don't know. Oh, what's good is to have some dots. So I'm gonna try to get some dots here. Let's try to go orange for the dots. So let's see if that. That's looking good there. All right, few action dots. We gotta have to put a number. I don't know how we're gonna do that number exactly. Uh, hmm. And I was thinking like some kind of a ribbon here. I don't know. Let's jump back into the knife and see if we can come down this way. And we need something in the direction. Right there. You go all the way up. That's good. Oh, we put one of those leaves right there. What color was that? Oh, that's a pretty nice color. Let's see if we can get I don't know if that was a success. That's a nice looking leaf color though. See about that I don't like at all. I'm gonna try to blot that up for sure. It really needs a bigger point. Just trying to grab any color to get a point on this. This was another modified brush. That looks bad, but I'm not gonna try to remove it, I don't think. I guess we could come down here with that's a little better. Can we get that? And this, I really like that suddenly. All right, so here we're gonna try to do some kind of like ribbon, which is gonna be abstract for sure. I gotta let that dry though, I think. So thanks everybody who came by. Appreciate the comments of support and all of that. And we'll be back after this thing dries. Today, real-time watercolor painting. We're attempting to do a birthday sign, and we worked a little bit on this as a warm-up. So see you next time.